American Riviera orchard end up being one giant lemon for Meghan Markle. She has launched this brand almost 6 weeks ago now. We are getting a series of slow trickle pictures of jam, lemons, and flowers from her friends talking about how great her jam is. But looking through all this, I can't help but notice that there doesn't seem to be a great strategy. I'm still confused about the messaging. And looking forward into the future, we still have no timeline for products. Her television show probably won't be ready for a couple of months. So I can't help but think, will this whole thing end up being one gigantic lemon? Because Meghan Markle has made a key mistake here, which is not establishing her brand the way she should. And because of that, so many people have come in to fill in the vacuum because she didn't give people really anything to hang their hats on. And the result is sort of this confusing mess, which is probably not going to get any better anytime soon unless she comes out with a really, really awesome strategy. But I noticed one thing in particular, and I couldn't help but think, wow, this is really the true indicator of Meghan Markle's failure to really conceptualize this brand. And I'm going to tell you that in addition to three others, so we'll have four altogether, things that I think will end up making American Riviera Orchard a bit of a lemon for Meghan Markle. But if you guys haven't been to Royal News Network before, my name is Brittany and I provide y'all compelling royal commentary about the latest news and sometimes the drama going on behind the scenes. So if you guys want to smash that subscribe button, that would be fantastic. We have so many videos coming up, some more from the Crown Report, and I'm so excited. I filmed it earlier today. I need to edit it and get it out. I'm so excited to share with you guys a lot about the state visit between the Netherlands and Spain. It was awesome. I got so much great video and it was just wonderful. So I can't wait to share that with you guys so soon. And I also have an upcoming Christmas market tour. So if you want to have a bit of holiday cheer and Christmas fun right before spending the holiday actually with your family, you can come with us to the Christmas market tour. We're going to Berlin, Dresden, and Prague, which are all amazing, amazing cities. And I thought it would be fun to share with you like what I'm really excited about for each city. So for Berlin, for sure, I'm really, really excited to see the bust of Nefertiti. I don't know why I'm so interested in that sinking bust, but I am. I actually have, I was thinking I have it here, but I don't. I actually have this one when I first went to Germany. I don't know why I bought this. I was like buying everything the first time I went to a foreign country. It was really bad. But I got this little like crystal thing that's a square that has a bust of Nefertiti in it. And I've always wanted to see that. I think it's amazing. And I'm also really interested in the World War II history of Berlin because obviously it was hit really, really hard by the bombing campaigns. And so you'll have some things that are from the past, from the future. You have the Berlin Wall, of course, the Brandenburg Gate. And so there'll be some things on our tour, but I'm always interested in maximizing any time I can. So we will, guys, be trying to do so much. I don't know if we have a palace tour there. I think it might be in Dresden, but I'm 100% interested if for those who want to go and do one of the palace tours. Of course, we'll go to the Christmas markets, of which there are apparently many. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to click the link up above. I would love to have you join me. I also have some of my Ana Lucia jewelry on today. These lovely, lovely, classy hoops here. So if you guys are interested in that, I will put a link in the description box down below. And if you use code ROYAL20, you do save 20%. Do we all like lemons? I think we do. And I think, again, Meghan Markle's brand might be a bit of a lemon, hence the lemon theme here. I have lemons. I'm actually wearing a lemon dress. And I also have my own basket here. This is actually very special. I know you can't see it because of the light. I actually got this in Uganda. It was made by a woman who was a victim of human trafficking. And she gave this to me. And I love it because I think it's just so cool downstairs. But I was like, I'm going to create my own little bowl of lemons with strawberry preserves in it because this is so simple. And Meghan Markle has done this, but there's not a good messaging behind it. So here my messaging is, look, so your life can, I should have really done marketing. I should have done it, guys. So here's my pitch. Look at this. So your life has given you lemons. Why not make a basket? No, that's not right. So, no, here it is. Life might have given her lemons, but look, she has made something gorgeous out of it. And so if you want to support victims of human trafficking, if you purchase this particular jam, you will help those women. Bada bing, bada boom. So look, I came up with a pretty good catch here. I came up with a good hook. It only took me a couple of seconds. And Megan's ultimate failure with this whole thing is I don't know what her hook is. I don't know what her hook is because here's what we're getting from her friends. So this is from Abigail Spencer, which sort of gives us like the full view of what Meghan Markle was going for here. We have the bowl of nondescript origin. We have blossoms of something, some greenery, some lemons, because everybody needs lemons, right? Everybody needs lemons. And her precious bottle of jam. But my question is, what message is she sending with this? What message? Because branding, oftentimes too, is all about your messaging. What is she trying to tell us with this? I honestly don't know. I really don't. I like kept trying to think of it. There was somebody who was super sweet on Twitter trying to think, well, she picked lemons for lemonada. The bowl is so she could talk about the home decor, the greenery is for gardening, and the jam is for cooking. And I was like, that's great. I sort of see that, but I don't think it's all that clear. And Meghan could have made it so much clearer for us in this instance, and she didn't. And because of that, I think we just have this thing where it's a very, very confusing and not in a good way. Good branding strategy, I feel like, especially if you want to tease something, is you want to give people a direction for the tease. Where is this going? You give them, it's like a puzzle. You give them one piece of the picture and then you build and you build and you build. But Meghan Markle is not even really giving us a piece of the picture. I don't even know what the picture is supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know at all. I'm just so generally confused. What is this going towards? Because again, I don't know. And the future, I think, for Meghan looks pretty bleak as she can't get something together because she desperately needs a vision. And I think something, and I believe I alluded it to in a recent video, is that I think Harry and Meghan have no vision. Ergo, everything sort of looks like a mess because there's no overarching narrative to them because they don't have one. Because I think their sole motivator is money. And people who are solely motivated by money, this isn't all the time because I think some financial analysts can do great because they're number crunchers. They love money. But they crunch the numbers because they're very, very good at that. Stock people and stuff like that. But I think Meghan, if her brand is solely focused on making money, then I see where the vision fails here because there really isn't one. I just want to make money. That's not a good vision. That's not. And that'll lead you astray because if you're just solely going after the cash and don't have a larger objective, then where is the brand going to go? It's not really going to go anywhere. Like for my brand, and again, I use myself as a comparison just because I built this brand is I want to talk about Royals. I want to talk about things other people didn't talk about. I wanted to do TR Tuesdays. I wanted to do so many different things that I didn't see out there that I wanted to create. Now, if I could clone myself like 3 or 4 times, we would have a gangbuster. Like if I could have a clone of myself for every channel, I can't even tell you guys how awesome that would be. That would be so because then I could really just continue to sort of craft and mold the vision that I have. And I could have each channel doing different things because I want a history channel. We got the Crown Report now, which I'm still working on trying to get that thing in a good groove. It might take me a while. And I have the Royal Fashion News and there's just so many things I want to do, but I just don't have the time for them. So if I could clone myself 12 times, I think life would be pretty awesome, but I just can't do that. But I have a vision and I think that vision drives the end result, which is good dividends. Not all the time, not all the time. But I didn't come at this going, well, I just want to make money. I came at this going, I have a passion for this. And hopefully, if I work really hard, I might see good results, which I have. And again, that's not a total guarantee, but that did end up being what happened. Meghan, I think, again, without good branding, without good vision, because she just doesn't really have any, just don't think it's going to go anywhere at the end of the day. And I think it's going to end up being a bit of a lemon. Should create lemon puns. I don't know how to make those. And the next problem Meghan is having here, which I find really fascinating, is that she has created this brand, then done nothing with it. And as a result, we have so many copycats and people profiting off her brand because she has nothing to sell. This again, I feel like is failure 101. Failure 101 with a brand because talking about jam right here. And it's actually good somewhat in a marketing strategy because you're getting everybody talking about a particular product. Jam, 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 jam. But you know what you want to do though is you want people to buy your jam. You want people to buy your jam. But what's happening is people are buying other jam because she has no product to bring to market. And so nobody's buying her jam, which means she's not making any money. And what's going to happen is she's going to miss that critical window. She had a window when she first launched the brand. And yes, I think she should have delayed at least a week or two after Catherine's cancer diagnosis. But because it happened a week afterwards. But she should have launched the brand. Number one, without a shadow of a doubt, she should have not have missed this in the slightest. She should have launched the brand with this if she had it. She should have launched it with this if she had it. If she didn't, she shouldn't have launched the brand. There's no reason because now people are profiting off her mistake because people are talking about jam, but you didn't give them jam to purchase. So they're going to purchase it elsewhere. Maybe not your stands, of course, they'll purchase it, but people who are more lay people who are just seeing this going, oh, this is about jam. Oh man, I really want some jam. Maybe I should go get some jam. Let me go down to the farmer's market because that's starting to pop up right now because it's starting to get spring and summer and everything. And I'm going to go buy myself some jam. So she's literally pushing people to alternative products that are not hers. That's like Apple promoting PCs. You don't do that. You don't do that. As a business, you don't do that. It's just so incredibly bad. It's so incredibly bad and cringy and like, oh my gosh. I just can't believe it. So let's look at all the copycats we have. All right, guys, you will have to forgive me here because I looked through this and I swear I even tried to do this the other day and I found more. But now it looks like they're starting to slowly crack down on the copycats. But here is a whole thing. I just put an American Riviera orchard on Instagram, and these are all the results that came up. Only one of them is the original, and that's the one at the top. All the others are copycats. Some of them were even selling things. You have the American Riviera Orchard shop. Let's see if I click on that, what happens. It says this account is private. So all of this happened though because Meghan didn't even think to grab alternative handles to her brand. She just put American Riviera Orchard out there, and wouldn't you know it, a bunch of people copycatted it immediately. And the problem too is Meghan Markle didn't give the brand enough to really stop this from happening in a way because she sort of let everything sit there. She gave a video that was very banal and boring and just didn't really say anything. The brand itself doesn't really say anything. American Riviera Orchard, apparently it's about Santa Barbara and Montecito, but still that's sort of kind of hard to look at really. It just doesn't make a ton of sense. It just doesn't. And that's the hard part here is that Meghan, because she was so unclear on her branding and she didn't think it through, people have come through and filled the vacuum that she left because she didn't do what she should have done with her job, which is to make sure that she got every single URL address or anything. Now, obviously, this happened as well with the UK website. American Riviera Orchard.uk. She didn't secure this website. And so somebody else put one up in the place and said, donate to Trussell Plus. And so look, we have 22,000 pounds raised from 1,655 supporters. And the target was only 1,000 pounds. And this happened because Meghan didn't think to secure any URL other than AmericanRivieraOrchard.com. She didn't even think of that. And so other people came in, saw the weakness, and pounced. That's what happens in the real world, especially in business. It's a ruthless operation. It's utterly and completely ruthless. And because she didn't put anything there, people went in and filled it in for her. And as a business person, that is not what you want to do. It's not what you want to do is allow other people to push an agenda off your back. That's what people are doing here in this particular situation. Now, it's different with commentary and news and stuff like that. But when it comes to business, where she's supposedly going to sell products, sell a lifestyle, other people are profiting off that and not her. That's just, again, such a terrible business strategy. I can't even tell you how bad that is. So these are mistakes, of course, are easily fixable with a competent business strategy, which Meghan Markle just seems to not have. Again, I am not a marketing expert. I'm not a branding expert, but I have built a business from nothing. I mean, Royal News Network was not a name 2 years ago. Like, I had a very tiny Instagram following. I think I barely managed to scrape by to 1,000 followers by the time I launched the channel. And it was really, really, really small. And so to start a business from that, I mean, it's nothing. I had literally nothing. But I managed to grow it because I worked really hard. I saw a something where I could grow that in that way. And I utilized the skills that I had and learned as I went along to build a brand. But Megan, again, she just can't seem to do that. She can't seem to do that. And one of the things I see people commenting on as I share and say, this is terrible strategy. I see Sussex stands on Twitter oftentimes going, well, you don't know the strategy. Why does she need to tell you the strategy? What do you need to know a timeline? Like, I don't. But if she wants to run a business, she needs to give people a timeline and most critically of all, products. You need actual products. And so we have obviously Nacho, their polo friend. He's eating a very small bite of her jam there in the foreground. And he's saying, did I tell you I love your jam? And number one, this is just simply cringy. But he's supposedly here trying to entice people to be part of this brand, to buy some of her stuff because, oh, you need this jam. It's so good. It's so good. We also have one of Meghan Markle's other friends. Look, jam. She's spreading jam on her toast. You need jam. Jam's so good. But there's one giant problem with this. All these people they're selling this jam to can't buy it because there is no product. You cannot tease a product with no product. I can't understand why I need to explain this to people because it should be so simple. Again, I'm a historian by training. I have a master's degree in history. I've worked a lot though, or a decent amount most of my career in like marketing and stuff like that. And so I've tried to learn by people. And honestly, I can kind of pick out things and stuff like that. But I know it's like, why are you teasing something that doesn't exist for people to purchase? And she could, I guess, drag this out for 50 plus days because she gave it to 50 different people until finally her product gets to market. Problem is, as we've already discussed, people might get bored with that and they might buy their jam somewhere else. And it doesn't really work either when you're trying to sell people, oh, this is so good, you should have it, when none of us can try it. How do we know it's good? You're just saying it's good. And also, you're her friend. You are her friend. How do we know it's good? You're saying it's good, but is it really good? Or are you just her friend telling us it's good? Again, there's a huge difference there. And there's just a huge disconnect between reality and fantasy, I could say, because it's like the reality is we don't know anything about this jam. We don't know anything. And so if we don't know anything, and if we can't know more, why are we supposed to buy into this product? Because again, here, what is the hook to us buying this jam? That's what I want to know too. I guess I maybe have 5 points. What is the hook? What is the hook? Because you could say here for this brand, because I went to my store and it's a smaller ish store in town. It's not a very big grocery store. And I was looking at my aisle and they had Smuckers, of course, and a couple others. And I thought, well, I'll go with one of the more, you could say, premier strawberry preserves people. This was made, it's a product of France. And so you could say, just based on that, I was thinking to myself, you know what? This might be good because it was made in France. The French, oh ho ho, they are brilliant cooks. And so this must be good strawberry preserves. Sorry, that was terrible. But it even has its brand embossed on the jar here. And so its hook, I guess you could say, is that it was more expensive. Ergo, you could say it's better. And it's from France. And, you know, again, French are good cooks. But my question to Megan is, what is your hook for us to buy this? What is your hook? Because even the presentation, the basket, the lemons, what is this supposed to be telling us? Is this the hook that you like lemons or that we should all like lemons? I'm just very confused. I'm just very confused. And so she needs a hook. She needs a hook. Are you supporting charity with this jam? That's the hook Charles has to his preserves. So let's look up his preserves real quick here. So we have high grove products here. High grove savories and preserves for spreading on toast, sandwiching between sponges, or enjoyed with a chunk of cheese. Our range of savory and preserves are essential accompaniment to add an explosion of flavor. Whether it's traditional marmalade or crab apple jelly, that sounds interesting. All are perfection in a jar and made with the finest organic ingredients. And so we do have a couple. This honey is sold out. This strawberry preserve with champagne is also sold out. So we sold out. And again, another example how guess who's profiting off Meghan right now? Charles, unintentionally, but he's profiting. Why? Because again, Meghan has no product and people don't like her. So they're buying a competitor's product. Again, so simple, so simple. And so we have all of these here, but the trick is that sometimes it's nicer to get a particular product from a particular location. So if I went to High Grove, I would love to give High Grove jam or marmalade or whatever because it was from High Grove. Also, all profits, it says right here, are donated to charity. All profits. So if I buy something from here, I know it's going to go to charity. It's not going to help fill Meghan Markle's designer wardrobe so she can buy more Hermes to achieve her Birkin dreams. No, all of this is donated to charity. And so that gives me a greater interest in purchasing from them because I'm like, okay, I want to support charity. Oh, this is from Transylvania. That's really cool. And I love this at the top. See, due to exceptional demand, deliveries are taking slightly longer than normal. Thank you for your patience. Again, because guys, Meghan Markle has increased other people's profits, not her own. Again, terrible, horrible, awful, disastrous business strategy. I cannot emphasize that enough, guys. Cannot emphasize that enough. Because everybody, I think, can learn something from this. But I think, I know now what the greatest lemon of the situation will be. And we see this in two posts. I think Nacho's post and we see it in Abigail Spencer's post. And this is why I think ultimately Meghan's brand will probably fail. And that's because of Meghan. Okay, so we're looking at Abigail Spencer, and here's what she wrote. This jam is my jam, a delicious taste of what's to come indeed. Again, no timetable though. What is to come? When is it coming? When is it coming? Don't just give us nothing, especially when it's something again as pedantic as jam. Anyways, so it says, love you so much, M. And this is what Nacho shared it before even sharing a single photo of the jam. Did I tell you I love your jam? And here he is with his arm around Meghan. She's smiling, looking at the camera. Here's the problem with American Riviera Orchard is that if it's all based around Meghan, it's going to fail. It will fail. Why? Because Meghan Markle is unlikable to a lot of people. And at the end of the day, she can't be selling herself with this lifestyle brand. She must be selling the products. If you are going to sell products, you must sell the products. If she's too focused on it being about her and her name and not the products, it's gonna end in disaster. It's going to absolutely end in disaster because she needs it to focus on her product, not herself. Because if you are selling yourself, yes, to a certain extent, you are selling yourself. But if her whole brand is going to be essentially based around Meghan, that might be a bit of a challenge. And it's a challenge on multiple levels because number one, if you are unlikable, as Meghan generally is, when your entire brand is built based around your personality and not your products, if people don't like you, guess what? They will not purchase your products. Now, if your products are good and your focus on marketing them is to market them as good, not with your friends, but with actual general people, like let's say, maybe this is a good marketing strategy. And if she does this, maybe we can confirm that maybe her team does listen to my YouTube channel and they're taking some ideas. That would just be really funny. But what she should do to market this is go to a farmer's market and have people try it and get their reactions and get some good ones, get some maybe okay ones, because that would prove to me at least you're being authentic about it. And yes, I know most people just go, oh, it's great. It's great. It would be interesting for her to do something on the ground to prove that she is really, really engaged with this brand and bring in a variety of flavors. Because unfortunately, too, jam is sort of kind of a small niche thing in some ways. It's like, how are you supposed to expand and expound on jam? It's just probably not going to happen. It's just probably not. And so that would be something I would suggest doing because what she really needs to do is prove to us, the audience, that it's a good product. Because guess what? If people don't like you, but you produce a good product, they still might buy it. They still might buy it. But if your product is bad or your sole marketing around the product is based simply on you, well, if people don't like you, it's what they won't purchase it from you. They won't. And I know that might seem Captain Obvious in some ways, but it really is very, very true. I've seen no indication thus far that Meghan or her team has taken into consideration at all the fact that people generally don't like her. And because of that, she might really have a tough time breaking into the market because half of her potential base already doesn't like her. And because of that, they might not buy it just because it's her. But what she should do instead is take 12 steps back, be, yes, sort of a figurehead of it, but not making it solely based around her. And that goes too because how are you going to expand on the business if it's solely personality driven? Because brands tend to go in the ground at some point if they're solely personality driven by one person. Now, again, if you take my channel, for example, I've always thought of this channel as yes, I'm a personality. Yes, my personality largely drives a lot of it. But at some point, I wouldn't mind if I had other people who could also offer their personalities to it and I could be part of a larger team. Obviously, I would be the leader of the team, but I could be part of a larger team. And I want this not to be solely something where it's all about my personality because I would prefer at some point, if let's say this thing really grew up into something huge, that I could leave it to somebody else and it could continue going in a really, really great way. That's good business. Meghan, I just don't see that. And are we solely supposed to buy this stuff just because she's Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex? Again, I don't think that's going to sell well. That's not going to sell well because, again, you have a figurehead that's very, very controversial. And Meghan has this trouble too, is she's not very authentic. And when she tries, it comes across as really, really contrived. And so she can try all this, but she doesn't do it well. She'll just sort of annoy people. And so she has to be really, really careful going through this in the future because otherwise she might end up in a big pickle. And I wanted to share this too in reflection to this other picture that Abigail Spencer showed. Apparently, this is Meghan's dog, maybe Mama Mia. And she's laying on the ground. She's rolling around again with a few food product in the grass with the dog. Not probably too smart. But again, this is very, very, you could say self-obsessed in some ways. It's very focused on Meghan's life, Meghan's dog, so many different things. Whereas, okay, is it really about the product? And how are we supposed to connect as a broad audience with somebody who is obviously so self-involved? Having so many of her friends promote this just makes it seem more and more inauthentic. And so she needs to really broaden her horizons beyond her friends, beyond the people she wants to network with, to real people. She needs to talk to real people who will give her honest feedback and not just her friends. Because at the end of the day, she wants to be successful. I don't think she wants to be successful for the reason she should. Like she's really, really wanting to create a great business and really wants to succeed. I really think most of it for her is about the money. But either way, if she wants this to be successful, she really, really needs to work hard at creating a strong brand. And so far, I don't see that. And so far, all I can see is that when American Riviera Orchard officially launches, whenever that will be, because we have no timeline, her cooking show is at least a couple months out, at least, maybe even close to 6 months. Who knows? She's sort of a perfectionist and she doesn't seem to like anybody else having control. So it might be a long time in the editing process. Is that ARO, when it officially is totally out, may end up being more of a lemon than Meghan Markle anticipated. But I think at the end of the day, Meghan Markle really probably only has herself to blame. So guys, let me know what you think of this video. Thank you so much for watching and I shall see you soon. Bye.